Is it on? Who am I? Hi testers! Okay, that's inappropriate. I'm gonna insert the clown. Hi testers! I'm here back again, and I am freezing because winter won't go away. So, let's warm up with some tips for the CAE exam. Today, these tips focus on the gapped text reading task. So, let's get started. Alright, now if you're not familiar with what to expect for this section of the test, check out my video on a breakdown of the reading section for the CAE. But now, your tips. Number 1, you need to have an idea of what the text is about. So quickly read through it before you try matching anything. This is to help you get an overall idea of what the passage is about, but more importantly, a basic order of ideas. This task is all about sequence and ordering. Number 2, after skimming the whole text, do the same thing for the answer choices. Quickly skim through these and match the easier ones to their gaps first. If you match the easier ones first, then you're using process of elimination on this entire task. This will make it so much easier because you only have 7 paragraphs to match. The more you get out of the way quickly, the easier it will be. Number 3, after eliminating the easier paragraphs, then you need to go to the sentences right before the gaps and after the gaps. But this is obvious, right? So it's like, well, what parts of these sentences do I need to look at specifically? Well, look for reference words in these surrounding sentences. And these are your pronouns, like he, she, it, or they, and so on. Let's look at an example. If I have the sentence right before a gap that reads, I was born without a sense of smell.
Can that really happen?
Yeah, I guess so. Sense of smell is the last phrase in this sentence. Okay, and then I look for an answer choice, and I see one that says, and it was never a problem. Here I have an it. Ah! And it connects to sense of smell. So you see there, this is what you have to do. Make a connection between the pronouns and what they refer to. So this tip is all about reference and pronouns. Number 4, also look for demonstrative pronouns. This, these, that, and those. With these, do the same thing. If you see them before a gap, after a gap, or in an answer choice, look very carefully again because you're probably looking at a big clue. So make those connections. Let's look at an example from a gap text about people who lose their sense of smell. Here's the sentence right before the gap. But people who once relied on their sense of smell do not know how to cope without it. Then I have this gap. And then after the gap, I have the sentence, and those are just the obvious things. Oh, keyword those. What does the word those refer to? Well, that is what is in the missing paragraph. That is what I have to find from an answer choice. So then I find my paragraph and boom, here it is. The tongue can only distinguish the 4 basic tastes: bitter, sweet, salty, sour. Smell detects flavor and nuance, so they lose all significant sense of taste. About 17% become clinically depressed. Some become oversensitive about having body odor and are frightened of going out. So the author lists some worries that people have, people who lose their sense of smell. Then this connects with the sentence after the gap, where the author says, those are just the obvious things. Those referring to the problems listed in the missing paragraph. And then he goes on to list more worries and problems. Also, note in the missing paragraph, we see a pronoun, they. This also connects with the word people from before the gap. So pretty much all pronouns are super important. Okay, so look out for pronouns, look out for demonstrative adjectives, and number 5, tip 5, look out for quotations. These can be an easier clue to find because they're easier to see. A lot of gap texts have these throughout the passage. So here's the tip. Use quotes to help you order information. The question you need to ask yourself when you see a quote is, where is the first time this person spoke? What should come next? If you see something like this, Dr. Matthews, a clinical psychologist specializing in childhood development, has stated, children need lots of love. This is the first time he's saying something, right? It's the first time we see his name, we know what he does, he's a psychologist, and then we have his first quote. So this introductory quote should go before any other related quotes. After this, we could see things like, he also said, or his advice also includes, blah blah blah. So then we would be seeing pronouns for Dr. Matthews. So again, the tip is use those quotes to help you order and match your paragraphs to the gaps. Alrighty, so there's some tips for the gapped text reading. Now my next CAE reading video will look at the multiple matching task. As always, thanks for watching. Can I get a yay education? No? No one? Alright, laters.